It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero Wars Central, and in this video about the Hero Wars Mobile Legends Draft Early Access, I want to discuss two of my top tips when you're building a team. One for building your defensive team, and one for building your offensive team. How this works is you find an opponent, either a bot or a real player. Whenever this event goes live for everyone, you probably won't be facing off against any bots. When you're on defense, you're going to want to pick heroes that are generally more defensive. I don't mean pick 5 tanks, I don't mean pick 5 heroes, I mean do not pick super low magic defense or super low armor or super low health heroes. The reason for this is the attacking team is not always going to be the most optimized. Occasionally the attacking team is going to get lucky and grab a couple of synergistic heroes. Maybe they can build an ODH, maybe they can build a twins team, maybe they can build some crazy blender style setup, but more often than not, the attacking team is going to be a poorly optimized damage dealing team. Sometimes you're going to have a physical attacker and a magic attacker. Sometimes you're going to have too many healers. Sometimes you're going to have too many tanks. So focusing on picking defensive, thicker heroes, and again, not just tanks, not just healers, is going to be how you're going to win on defense. Let's show you an example here. So how this Legends draft works is there are 5 sets of 3 heroes. I get to pick one from each set to pick my defensive team first, and then I get to see my opponent's defensive team and I get to pick the offensive team. So in this setup, typically you always want to go for a tank first, but Anvari is almost always an auto pick. He's a very fantastic tank if you need him to be. I would not pick Kark, low magic defense. Krista wouldn't be a bad choice because she is pretty defensive. She can stay alive pretty well. Zhu also is pretty thick. He can do well staying alive. We're going to go ahead and pick Krista just because of her crystalline block ability. Let's go with Helios for his armor artifact and his ability to counter critical hit heroes. And let's go with Lian. Lian is a stall hero. Different than a highly defensive hero, Lian is going to be really good at stalling area of effect attacking heroes. And then finally, I would love to have a tank here, but let's just go with Dante. Of these 3 choices, Dante is going to be the one that's going to be the most defensive. He's got built-in dodge. We don't have a healer here to keep everybody alive, but I think we're still going to be very successful. Now on offense, you want to try to be as synergistic as possible, but you want to try to find at least one very, very strong attacker in both classes. And I know I said that was kind of a downside, but hear me out. We're going to go ahead and go with Luther just to get the tank out of the way. On offense, we have a high damage mage in Lars. Maybe we can compare it with a couple of synergistic heroes. Lilith is a great option to pair with Lars, so there we go. Now we're going to go up against an enemy Anvari and Judge, so my Lilith-Lars combo is probably not going to be very good. Let's add in Corvus, trying to reduce the enemy Anvari as quickly as possible. Maya is going to be pretty ineffective, and I don't really have a physical attacking hero here yet, so we're going to use Jet, or we're not going to use Jet, I should say. And I wouldn't use Chaba, that's another tank. We could do double Undead, double Chaos here. Peppy could work with the Chaos Tribe, but I think we're going to do this. So again, on defense, you want to pick delaying heroes, highly defensive heroes, heroes that don't have any glaring weaknesses, either low magic defense, low armor, or low health. And on offense, you want to try to get as synergistic as possible. Sometimes you got to take some risks, but sometimes you get to be very successful. Now, I'm probably not going to be very successful with this attacking team. Lars is not going to be moving anybody. Lilith isn't going to be really... This is why I didn't pick up Maya. We don't have any heals at all, so we're going to be struggling. Fortunately, we were able to drop Anvari pretty quickly, or move Anvari to the back, I guess I should say. And looks like we're gonna end up being successful here. So there you go. So like I said, and you know, this contributes. Oh, I did lose on defense. Okay, so let's watch my defensive lineup and see how it went. See what the enemy attacking team chose. Looks like we have Marcus as a tank. Nebula is always a huge choice on offense. Amira is going to be a great choice on defense. I wouldn't necessarily pick her up on offense, but she's probably going to contribute to a lot of the damage here. My Helios is going to be pretty ineffective against most of these heroes, with the exception, of course, of Daredevil. But if we're not killing Daredevil very fast, Helios is just kind of... Looks like Helios is just going to do nothing in the back. Daredevil's not dead yet. Helios is almost dead. Mylene is doing a great job of charming the enemy lineup, but Marcus is doing an incredible job. Marcus and Nebula is doing an incredible job of keeping this team alive. Down goes my tank. Dante is doing his best to increase the dodge of the allies, but we're just gonna fall over here. So, you know, even if I don't successfully win on defense, if I can delay the attacking team from winning, then I can still have a chance to win the duel outright. And I'll show you what I mean right here. Since I lost on defense, but I won on attack faster than the opponents, I win this match. So we're going to see this a lot when the Legends draft goes live for everyone. People are going to try to pick out these stall teams, these highly defensive teams, and that's actually the way to go. I know this sounds pretty straightforward. I had an opportunity to, for example, pick Kark as a defensive hero. Kark has low magic defense. I would never want that. I had an option to pick Ginger. Ginger's got low health. I would never want to do that. You can see here that the enemy chose Ginger on defense, and that was kind of a mistake. When the Legends draft goes live for everyone here in a couple of weeks, I hope you can take these 2 tips and you're very successful. I hope you're able to get all of the wins you need to get all of the rewards that you can. Remember, 100,000 gold on a victory and 25,000 gold on a loss. This is how I build Legends draft teams, because I do not want to rely on getting lucky and finding some team synergies. You'll almost never find Lars and Krista. You'll almost never find Cleaver and Peppy in the same time. You'll almost never find ODH in the same lineup. On screen now is a great video that YouTube suggests for you. It's probably going to be incredibly beneficial for you and your Hero Wars account. I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.